Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's Thursday. We got about 6 games on the docket. Yesterday, pretty nice day for me. Uh, a few of my player props hit. Shout out to Eric Brown. Threw me an alley oop. I jumped on that on that on that Damn, what was that? Oh, that over rebounds for Devin Booker yesterday, and yeah, that was pretty nice, man. I added that to my same game parlay, and I definitely cashed on that. I cashed on about three parlays. Well, it is what it is, but Cole Anthony, some bright spots yesterday, man. Uh, but that's in the past. Um, you can head over to the community section sometimes throughout the day. I'll drops whatever I can over there. Unfortunately, I couldn't get those super duper winning parlays that I had out yesterday, but it is what it is, man. I work a lot, and yeah, it is what it is. We don't have much out on the books right now. Like I say, do not be afraid to take advantage of the alternates, man. If your book offers alternate player props, man, and that helps you out with your leans, you know what I'm saying? You can really alter them and put a few of them together, and get some plus money, Um, mostly all of my alternates hit yesterday, and that was pretty cool, man, because I mix and match alternates, and like I say, for plus money. And like I say, ain't no rules to this, man. So make sure you're following Fantasy Labs NBA on Twitter, so you get the latest and up to date news. And turn your notifications on for them, so so you'll be notified, man, when they upload. All right. Like I said, it's not a ton out. I don't really have the time to go over multiple books. I do play. I do play on DraftKings. But I don't have the time to go over multiple books and shop. But that's what I try to build a community for, and everybody who's been commenting, just keep it up, man. Keep it up. Bouncing ideas off of each other is awesome. If you got any players that you like, drop them down in the comment section, man. So the first game on the docket, we got Washington Wizards at Miami Heat. Miami Heat pulled that game out yesterday. Memphis just went super duper cold, so that was crazy. But, they were shorthanded, and I guess. So we don't have any props out for this game, but I will go through some injury news and notes. Bam Adebayo's questionable for this one, all right? He was out last game, so keep an eye out on that status. If he does play, it's a very good spot for him. It's a pretty decent spot for him, in my opinion. So, that's something to look out for. Spencer Dinwiddie, he's riding the Q tag right now, but he's not expected to play today. So keep your eyes out on that news, all right? Spencer Dinwiddie is not supposed to play. In his absence, we might see somebody like Raw Neto, or maybe Aaron Holiday stepping up, getting the start. And then what else do we have? And that's about it for the significant injuries over here. So, yeah, we don't have anything out right now. So Bradley Beal will probably be in a higher usage spot right here. Bradley Beal has been playing some good basketball, man, and I keep sleeping on his assists, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know if I'll be able to get there in this matchup. Yesterday was a good matchup for him against Charlotte. He had 7 assists in his last 5. In his last 5 games, he's had 7 assists or better. So that's something to you don't really see it all the time because they never put him in the categories. You have to go searching for his props. So it's hard, to sometimes he can go unnoticed. But Lowry, he should be ready for this one. He missed last game, and he's a great source of assists every night. He's averaging 7 this year. He can give you 4 assists one night. He can give you 11, 12. Okay, so keep an eye out. When they drop the props. But like I said, there's nothing out right now. I don't even know where to lean in this one. I'll probably have a slight lean towards Washington, towards Miami, but I'm not even definite on that. You guys got something, let me know. Here's another game that's riddled with injuries and, questionable tags. We have Golden State Warriors at Cleveland Cavaliers, over under 207.5. So injury news and status and things like that for this game here. Stephen Curry is questionable, man. So it's a possibility they might just rest him on this one. That's probably what it's for. We don't have any props out for this one, so Jared Allen is questionable. All right, so he's dealing with a sickness, so keep an eye out on that status. Of course, Evan Mobley is out, and then not Ricky Rubio. I'm sorry. Lauri Markkanen is questionable. All right, so he probably has a decent chance to play, and so that should be, they're getting some pieces back. All right, of course, Evan Mobley, he'll be out for 2 to 4 weeks, but they're getting some pieces back, and everything they could get, they definitely need. It's pretty okay defensive team. Kevin Love came off the bench yesterday. He only played 21 minutes, but he was pretty productive. He had 11 points and 9 rebounds, almost a double-double going up against Brooklyn. So if they get Lauri Markkanen back, that'll add some depth in that front court. And Jared Allen as well, if they get them back, that'll add some depth to this front court. Of course, if Stephen Curry don't play, then we should have a game on our hands. All right, last game for this Cleveland team, guys had added extra usage like Garland. He's somebody I've been riding this 3-point prop. I always take him for 2. Alternate him for 2, but the last 2 games he's hit 3, but he's hit 2 threes in in his last about 7 or 8 games, man. So he's somebody I always ride, for 2 3-pointers. So that's something to keep in mind right there. You already know what it is for the Golden State Warriors team. I don't have to do too much, talk about too much. But just a few players that I be on, that I always touch on. All right, so San Antonio Spurs at Minnesota Timberwolves. Minnesota Timberwolves coming off a win versus the Sacramento Kings. We got 220.5 over under in this one. This is a back-to-back. It's a couple teams. That Cleveland team was on a back-to-back, so this is a back-to-back right here for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Okay, we got some we got some props out for this one. Only on the Minnesota, on the Spurs side of things. Injuries. Poto is still out, but for the most part, everybody's healthy with these. Everybody is healthy. So. Not much to talk about. Points wise, I don't know, man. DeJounte Murray, his points prop is rising. It's sitting at 18.5. He's hit this point prop in about 4 out of his last 6 games, but he's hit it multiple times this year. He's in a good spot going up against D'Angelo Russell. So if you want to get there, it does. I'm fine with that. Even if you want to alter it or whatever, same thing with like Derek White. his points are his points. You know, he's all over the place, but you know, like I said, he is an alternate candidate. You know what I'm saying? So you can bring him down to about 10 points or some shit, and then you know, in same game parlays and try to get you 3, 4, 5 legs out of it and get you some plus money. Like I said, like I always say, you know, but. There's not much. I mean, in the rebound category, I mean, Eubanks, if he doesn't get out of foul get in foul trouble, you know, he can give you a decent amount of rebounds, you know. So that's something to look at. You know, his size will definitely be needed. But you know, nothing to write home about. You know, he just had what, like 10 rebounds against the Clippers. I mean, he put up 8 against Dallas, 11 against OKC. Those were all good spots, but you know, I won't be able to get to that 7.5 though. I mean, but as far as like the Minnesota side of things, I mean, you know, it's the usual suspects for me. You know, the Cats and the Edwards and the D'Angelo Russells. You know, Anthony Edwards has been, you know, very aggressive offensively this year. He's got a. I mean, I like the matchup. You know, but they're probably gonna will probably mix and match some guys on them like Lonnie Walker and stuff like that. So, I mean, I don't have a lean in this one. I don't know exactly what to expect. If you know, if you had a gun to my head, I probably would lean towards Minnesota. They're at home too. You know what I'm saying? They're 2.5 point favorites. The total is kind of, I don't know what to say about that total, man. But you know, if you guys got anything on this, just let me know. Okay. Los Angeles Clippers at Memphis Grizzlies, 219.5 over under. First time these two teams played, they did go over this total. This was a long time ago, maybe the second or third game of the season. It was about 134, 234 that, points that they put up between the two. Yeah, so I mean, you know, you got Paul George. He's going to be ultra aggressive either way it goes. He's in a pretty decent spot right here. Uh, uh, Memphis don't defend this position that well, and then you know he might see some Jaren Jackson Jr. whatever, you know, and he's definitely foul prone. So you know you have to watch out for those type of situations. Reggie Jackson, his points proper sitting at 18.5 over under. Last time these two teams played, they played the Spurs. Had I known, I missed that. I had posted a parlay and I missed it by one. Had I known Batum was on some type of undisclosed minutes limit, I wouldn't even took the under on his 3 points. So he ended up taking 17 3-pointers. You know, just it's like he just aimed to crush my motherfucking prop. You know, but it is what it is, man. So injuries for this game. Terrence Mann, he's questionable. He didn't play last game. That gave added usage to Reggie Jackson as well. And then you have Nicholas Batum. He's doubtful for this game. And that's probably it for the significant injuries. But yeah, I mean, Dylan Brooks is back in the fold. You know, he's taking, you know, that's a whole body taking about, you know, at least, you know, you're just going to have to get used to it because he's going to take at least, you know, 15 shots a game, something like that, man. You know, that's what he does. His points probably sitting at 18.5. I just don't know if I'll be able to get to that. I probably won't be able to get to that, man. But it's definitely doable. He's hit it in 2 of his last 3, but I don't know if I'll be able to get to it, man. He's really, really shot dependent, you know. So, I mean, it's not too much that I like to go here. And rebounding wise, I mean, I don't know what's been going on with Steven Adams. He's just been so up and down in the rebound category. Ivica Zubac, he's been okay, but, you know, I just don't want to wrestle with it, man. A lot of stuff here I don't want to wrestle with. Down to the assist props, I just don't want to wrestle with a lot of this stuff. Maybe, you know, during the course of the day, some of my you know, some of my leans or whatever might come to light, but right now I don't know. 3 points props are always one of my favorite props. Um, for Paul George to hit 3.5 to go over this prop, 3.5 is plus 126. Last time these two teams played, he did hit 5 threes, okay? So he was on fire around that time. But like I said, that was like the second or third game of the season. He does take a lot of 3-point shots, though. Every game, he takes it at least, he's probably averaging at least 8 3-point attempts this year. So, he's capable of hitting 4. So if you want to go there, the over under, if I was to even take the under, I'd probably take it in parlays. And then Reggie Jackson, his 3-point prop is still sitting at 3.5. He's been sitting around like a solid, a solid 3 makes a game, something like that. But he hit 5. He's went over this number only 2 times this year, okay? Last game, he took 17 3-pointers, and then the other time he went over this number, he was just massively hot. He went 7 for 9 for 3, okay? So, there you have that. But, Jaren Jackson, even if you want to alter it, like, Jaren Jackson, his 2 3-point prop, we'll get that at 240. Even for somebody like Reggie Jackson, he's been a solid 3-point. He's been like at around a solid 3 makes. You'll get that at 225. Even on same game parlays, you know what I'm saying? That is, that could pretty much bolster some odds for you. So. It's some ways to tackle these slates, even though we don't have a lot out. Same thing with this Philadelphia 76ers and Denver Nuggets game. We got 209.5 over under in this one. Denver Nuggets are favored by 8 at home. Philadelphia has been struggling lately. I don't know. Tobias Harris's point probably sitting at 20. The usage should be there for him if they can keep this game close, but they've been struggling to score. Injury news for this one is we know Joel Embiid is out, Ben and Jamal and those guys, but Will Barton is doubtful for this one. Michael Porter Jr. is still out, and then you got Danny Green, he's still out. Thibault, he's out as well. So, like I said, not a lot of big time scores over here right now for the Philadelphia 76ers traveling to Denver. I lean towards Denver in this one, but like I was saying, Tobias Harris, he's been back for what? 3 games. He's went over this total once. You know what I'm saying? But, he took 9 attempts against Utah, and then, they was getting beat up. I don't know what to expect. It's just that point prop is just a stay away from me. Tyrese Maxey, he's been getting a decent amount of usage. He's been trying to be as aggressive as he could. I don't know if I'll get to that point prop, but, where I have some interest at here is, his threes. I have been riding his 3-point prop here, and he's hit this prop at 4 out of his last 5 games, the over, and you're gonna get that at plus money, okay, at plus 130. Even if you was to, I was gonna talk about Curry, but yeah, even if you was to go to Curry, I think Curry, he's got a shot, man. He ain't been hitting the 3 like he has. He ain't had 3. He hasn't hit 3 threes in 5 games. Okay, he hasn't been taking a lot of threes. You know what I'm saying? But he hasn't hit 3 threes. I think I have some interest in this one. I think it's time for him to hit a few extra threes. The matchup for him, it's okay. Even if you want to come down to 2 made threes for Curry on same game parlays or something, You'll get that at 280. All right, minus 280. It's pretty decent on. If you find you 4 or 5 legs to to work with in this game, which you probably could. So those are a few props that I was looking at. It's a very slight lean towards Steph Curry 3 threes, but I'm gonna probably put him in the same game parlay for 2 today, right along with Tyrese Maxey. And then going back to the points here, I don't really have to talk about Nikola Jokic. He's going to do what he's going to do. He's a double-double, triple-double candidate every night. But you got guys like Monty Morris and Aaron Gore. Now, Monty Morris, he's been playing okay as of late. I don't, I ain't going to say I have the most confidence, but, in the absence of Will Barton, I feel a little bit more confident about him in certain categories. His last 5 games, he's scored double figures. He's hit this number 3 times in his last 5 games. In his last 5 games, he's had double figures 4 times. The point prop is sitting at 12.5. If you're going with some alternates, and then like I say, he's had double figures in 4 out of his last 5 games. You get his 10-point prop for minus 325. So if you're trying to mix and match some things up, you don't have to mess with everybody, man. You got peripherals, even in the assist category. His assist prop is at 4.5. No, I won't be going there, but he's had 4 assists in every game this year except for 4. So, and then his last 5, his last 6, his last 9, 10 games, he's had 4 assists in about 8 of them. What was it? 1, 2, 3. 8 out of his last 9 games, he's had 4 assists. So, even if you want to go down here to his 4 assist prop, you'll get that at minus 245. So, you can stack up peripherals. You don't even have to fuck with points. That's the type of shit that I do. You know what I'm saying? So, it's a lot to like about that category. And then last but not least, I'll talk about Aaron Gore. His point prop is sitting at 12 and a half as well. So his point totals, they're a little bit all over the place, man. It's hard to trust them. Okay, it's hard to trust them. You know what I'm saying? But even if you was to go down to his 10-point prop, it's sitting kind of you're gonna get his 10-point prop at minus 290. All right. So right now, where I'm shaping up a lot of alternates, and then if you want to go for a same game parlay for this one, and then you don't even have to mess with a lot of these high usage players. You can stick on one side of the the ball. If you want to just do like a Denver stack, and throw you a few bucks on that, be my guest, man. But he's hit double figures in 3 of his last 4, and then he hasn't had under 8 points, none this year. All right, so that's a few things I wanted to point out there. Even if you keep an eye out on guys like Tyrese, Bones Highland, and guys like that, they might pop up on the books as well. There you have that. Last game on the docket, we got Toronto Raptors at Utah Jazz. We got 215 over under in this one. To Utah Jazz favored by 10. We got a few props out this year, and I attack these similar. Okay, but for the injury reports here, we have OG Anunoby. He's questionable for this game. So keep an eye out on that situation. Precious Achiuwa, he's questionable, so keep an eye out on that. Chris Boucher, he's questionable as well. All right. So that's what we have for the significant injuries over here. We got the starting 5 out for the Toronto Raptors. For the Utah Jazz. Rudy Gobert's in a really, really good spot. Like most nights, he's had a double-double, and just he's averaging a double-double, okay? Like 15 and 15. Excuse me. He's averaging like 15 and 15, so do whatever you want with that information there. Pascal Siakome, he's somebody that has been, he's been playing some pretty good ball. He's went over 20 points in he had 20 points or better in his last 2 games. He's only played four games this year. He has minute totals in 25-30, 35-39. We know Nick Nurse. We know what he does. He will run his guys out there. So it's really easy to pinpoint where the usage is coming from with this Toronto team. So then you got Scottie Barnes. Scottie Barnes, he's played minutes in his last 3 he played 40, 38, 39, and 32, 31, 38, 35 minutes. So he's averaging well over 35. He's averaging 35 and a half minutes a game. So the minutes equal opportunity. So he will be out there. You know what I'm saying? Even though we don't have the props out for him, I could definitely talk about him. All right. He's had double figures in every game this year except for 1. All right. Pretty decent rebound total. He's averaging 16 and 8. So, just to go through some of these players to let you know, like Gary Trent, he's averaging 34 and a half minutes. All right. He had double figures in every game except for 2 this year. I don't go to him for his peripherals, so that's something that, I don't go to. He's one of my 3-point demons, though. He's hit a 3-pointer in every game except for 1 this year. It's been only 2 games he hasn't hit multiple threes, all right? So he's going to go out there. He's going to take his shots, you know what I'm saying? He's averaging at least 14 to 15 shots a game. And, the list goes on with these guys. Fred VanVleet, he's averaging 38 minutes a game. His shot attempts are pretty much up and down, all right? He has scored at least 16 points in every game except for 2. His first 2 games, no, 3, I'm sorry. But, you get the drift. He's had assist totals and, he's averaging 7 assists. So, he has been playing, a little bit, he's been playing, trying to play the point guard roles, not being super duper ultra aggressive. He's taken 20 shot attempts 3 times this year. This is a scrappy team. They used to being on the road. I'm interested in seeing, who's all going to be available for this one, man. I really want to know who's going to be available for this one here. Raptors is one of those scrappy teams. I ain't gonna say, it's a 10-point spread. It's a 10-point spread. Just those spreads have been kind of iffy this year. Just keep that in mind. All right, but that is just about do it, man. So I have some interest in some player props. If they're not going to be the standard ones, they're definitely going to be some alternates. So like and subscribe if you like the video, man. Appreciate you guys, man. Keep an eye out on the comment section. I know Eric Brown and a few others will be popping out a little later on. And then the community section, I might drop something there. I always say take what you like, man. Just take what you like. Take what you like. Peace.